Okay, so first thing I want to talk about is the riverbed here. So we're gonna do a little bit of walking around and do a little bit of sightseeing first, and then we'll start talking about Cram. Obviously, this is the main flood channel, right? The deepest part of the river is the German word, the Thalweg, right? The deepest, lowest part of the channel. For a long time, that's historically been on the other side, right? So closest to the levee of the farmers over there, yeah. And so, actually, before I say that, let me talk about the watershed here. This is a really, really bizarre, interesting watershed. Normally, we have a valley, let's say, right? And it rains in the valley, and then therefore the water goes down and it goes out the mouth or goes to the lake or the ocean or whatever, right? This is a bizarre watershed. So this watershed starts over there. And rainfall that falls over there goes almost exactly 360 on its course. So because of the way the hills are and stuff, rainfall that happens in Newbury Park and Thousand Oaks starts to flow, if we're looking at this, it starts to flow this way. And it goes into Conejo Creek and all these things, goes down, hits essentially the 101, the Conejo grade, the freeway there, and in a channel just next to it, and then it curves down this way, and it starts coming down this way. And then it hits this main stem of the Cayugas Creek, and it goes left and it comes down here. So under normal conditions, that is our watershed, okay? So the watershed starts up there, comes down here, curls, and then obviously the Cayugas Creek goes down and dumps off at Magoo Lagoon at the estuary and dumps in the ocean. Under years where we have lots of rain, the channel actually continues up into Simi, the Arroyo Simi. So actually in heavy water years, the watershed is bringing also in water from Simi Valley. So the watershed is really, increases substantially depending on the year in terms of surface water inputs and just subsurface inputs. So it's a pretty funky bifurcated stream, watershed. In any event, this is one of, Cayugas Creek, remember, is one of 3 year-round coastal streams in Ventura County. Large, consistent streams dumping into the ocean. When we look right here, we see a lot of sand. Okay, this is very typical for these Mediterranean-type ecosystem channels. And in this case, right here, it looks like, so if we look right here, we see some vegetation right immediately, like hugging the water. We come back a little, and there's some like stubs and nubs and sticks and stuff. And then we get to this sort of first terrace, this little bit of elevated sand bench. And then we hit the levee here. That stuff the stuff between the standing vegetation and the bare sand, that is actively managed by the county. That is mowed down. So midsummer, late summer, I don't know what the schedule is. They're gonna come in and they're gonna drive this area and they're knocking down the vegetation. Anybody know why they do that? Why they want to do that?
Fires.
Could be for fires, but that's actually not why they do it.
To help with like flooding and like make sure it doesn't all the vegetation doesn't.
Right. So that.